You got it. Here. Keep the change.
Thank you. We'll be in touch. Listen. How much for the nectarine?
Take it. It's on the house.
Oh, we can't do that. It's against the bylaws.
All right, you can pay me. That's 45 cents.
45 cents for one lousy nectarine?
Ma, do you know what time it is? You're what? Oh, the hell you are. Listen, you are not spending the night at Rocco's. Look, as long as you live under our roof, you will abide by our rules. So, Blanche, where would you like to have lunch today,
How about that new pizza place on the corner?
Great.
Dorothy,
Yes, Blanche.
what was that thing Mr. Allen just gave you?
What thing?
That thing you just put in your drawer?
Oh, that thing. It's nothing.
It's incredible. You think you're dying. You feel death enter your body. A doctor comes, he says you're fine. You're ready to swim the English Channel.
I can't tell you how happy I am. I want you around for a long, long time.
They'll have to murder me. Though I must admit, I was a little excited about seeing all the time. Got to a point he couldn't pass a mirror without saying I love you. I can't tell you how many times he got punched out in the men's room.
We are the St. Olaf Woman of the Year Blue Ribbon panel.
Does Roy?
She'll be back in the morning. She's trying to teach me a lesson. I know my mother.
Oh, really? You're the one who said she wasn't going to leave in the first place. You know, Dorothy, it's not just your mother who left. I feel like she's my mother, too.
I know, honey, but don't worry. She'll be back.
Now that she's gone, who am I going to go to in the middle of the night with my deepest...
Look, Blanche, what Rebecca is doing is really not so terrible. I mean, look, among the four of us, each of us conceived our children in a different way. I was totally unconscious. When I came to, there was Stan, carving a notch in his dashboard.
Did she bring the kids?
Hi, Pop. No, the kids are at home.
Hey, what the hell is this? I thought dinner was in the oven. There's nothing in here but a tin plate.
Take the foil off the top. It's something new. It's called the TV dinner.
The wax fruit looks better.
Mom, I need to ask you if
Something else we can do.
Blanche, it'll be easy. The children are dropped off in the morning and they're picked up by 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Now, here's something here. How about sponging?
What's that?
Says here, spongers help cool off the walkers by sponging and rubbing down their hot bodies as they pump their way through Greater Miami.
Doesn't make much sense, does it, Blanche? I mean, get them all.
And my Esther. Sophia, I think we got a problem here.
Is there anything we can do, Sophia?
Go get 2 cheesecakes and wait up for me. I have a feeling the 4 of us will be talking till dawn.
See?
They're both imposters.
Run, Ma, run!
Dorothy?
Do you see what you've done? You've upset Kim Fong Toy.
Dorothy, she's not kidding.
Oh, my God, somebody get help!
What's your definition of a boyfriend?
Any man you bring to a fevered pitch of uncontrollable ecstasy.
56.
Excuse me?
I had, and Ma, I cannot believe how many there are. I mean, just listen to this, right here on page 187. The faucet is dripping. I know it's going to keep me up all night. Then I'll be tired for my crummy job tomorrow. Life is a swirling eddy of despair.
The government had to put me in the witness protection program. Gave me a new name, new job, whole new identity.
I don't know what to say. I can't believe this story you're telling me.
But you can't believe the story about Henrik Felderstuhl, St. Olaf's half man, half grasshopper? She's upset because Jimmy Swaggart can't cover his motel bill.
Of course I'm
upset about Al. I don't know what to do.
Well, I know what I'd say if a man asked me to sail around the world.
Please, you can't get anybody to ask you out for a cup of coffee. I could have slept with JFK and don't even know it.
Ma, I don't think so. You're not mentioned in any of the books.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Ma, come.
Why? They didn't believe in anesthesia back then. They had a nurse hold a pillow over your face. So the other patients couldn't hear your screams. You had to pay extra for that. Sicily, love it or leave it.
Visiting. When it comes to art, you cannot hold a candle to me. So why don't you give me back my clothes and banquet before you go and mess everything
Now
up?
listen to me. Mr. Allen gave me that banquet, and I intend to take charge of it, regardless of your childish insecurities.
Childish? Who are you calling childish?
Who are you calling a backstabber?
Girls, I think this little fella better stick.
Americans, you measure everything by the almighty dollar.
Well, we're trying to learn the metric system. It's not that
This place is like a sweatbox.
Oh, great. The air conditioner's not working.
easy. Well, who needs air conditioning? We have a fresh ocean breeze and a breathtaking view.
And now I have a real treat for you. Straight from Poland, the Sklarkiewicz brothers. Where's your brother? I'll do the best you can.
Hey! So, do we go on next?
Mine.
I think I've got everything. Can I kiss Roy goodbye?
No,
No?
we're not going anywhere.
Give me that baby.
Was identified as Guido.
World's Fair. Have your picture taken with a Guido booth.
Ma, you were married to somebody else. I have a right to know about it.
Wrong. There are some things a daughter should not know about her mother. You're always sticking your nose in where...
Always erect the night before any welterweight Division B matchup at the local arena. Of course, I'm worried about... Ma, how could you do this? How could you gamble with our money?
Let me tell you a story, Dorothy. Picture it.
Handley, not a kidney.
She is trying so hard to be brave.
She's very convincing.
Well, you have a wonderful night, Stan.
We just wanted to stop by and wish you luck in case we don't see you again. Before you leave. For the hospital. Not another world.
No,
What is it?
it's a beetle.
They call it a fly, but it's really a beetle?
Yes.
How do they know it's Spanish?
Because it wears a little sombrero.
Well, why don't they just call it a beetle? Spanish beetle.
Because they call it Spanish fly.
Well, then what do they call their fly?
I don't care, Rose. Forget it.
Well, if you didn't hit on him.
I thought everybody'd like some Flugelkaka.
Mrs. Nyland, would you mind answering a few questions?
As long as it's not math.
Here, honey, why don't you sit right down here? It's very nice. Oh, this godforsaken island.
Hey, so we made a few mistakes, huh? Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, what's the big deal?
What's the big deal? You almost killed us, you nitwits. I hate you. I curse the day I ever laid eyes on you. I curse the day your mama ever laid eyes on your daddy. I curse the day your daddy ever laid down with your mama. I hate her double. Well, did you get them talking?
Nope. I just spent a half hour...
You want some coffee?
Sure. How about some Danish? It's almost breakfast. Hey, want some eggs? Sure.
Do we have any bacon?
Yeah, we got
Grab me a couple, but...
Scrambled salad, bacon, 5 pieces.
You're a wonderful woman, Blanche. No offense.
Let me ask you something. What is your idea of a friend?
Well, a friend is someone who likes you and respects you and is willing to do things for you.
So if I was your friend, you'd be willing to do things for me and respect my wishes?
Of course I'd have to.
Well, I've asked you to leave me alone and you haven't. I mean...
He taken.
No, help yourself.
Thanks.
What can I get you, lady?
How about a shot of self-confidence?
Let me guess. You didn't come in here to drink. You got a problem, you need someone to talk to. Am I right?
That's right.
Then take a quart and call a shrink. This ain't Cheers.
You're going to stay right here with us.
Dorothy, can I see you for a moment?
You let a plumber get away?
We don't need him.
Like hell! I'm going after him!
Come on, Dorothy, let's move this little beauty. Okay.
Oh, wait. No, honey, she won't budge. Oh, Rose, I don't think we're going to be...
But it's a dream come true.
I don't understand.
You should have that printed on a t-shirt. We're opening the old business again. $1 million idea deserves a second chance.
Ma, come on, you're both over 80. Starting a business is hard work.
Yeah, for amateurs, but we've already done it.
Well, she slept with 2 of the commissioners.
That works in Sicily and New York.
I've got great news. I've just come from Mrs. Claxton's, and she says she wants to save the tree. You're kidding!
How did you manage that?
With persistence. I've gone to her house. Dorothy's born at?
Rose!
Well, this is it.
All right, darling, come on, I'll go with you.
Dorothy,
Ma, where have you been?
I always think it's nice when you're in a hospital to walk around and cheer people.
Go down the stairs. Here's where you move your feet. Move. Take off the gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not just she was so good at home. You look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook. Stick out that noble chin. Stick it out.
Why are you trying to push Michael into a job? Give him time to breathe. Let him find himself.
Oh, Ma, I'm a little concerned. He just doesn't take commitment seriously. Ma, he quits jobs, he leaves relationships. It's like they don't matter. He is 30 years old. When...
I feel hot.
Oh, I feel cold.
I feel guilty. This is all my fault.
Oh, no, Rose, it's all my fault. The minute I found out you were contagious, I should have... So, what did you do?
I walked into that gymnasium on Benjamin's arm. Heads turned, jaws dropped. While the room was buzzing all evening, I didn't care. I had followed my heart. Oh, who knows? Anyway, it started with a B.
That first time, did you have...
Are you serious?
What? Dorothy, honey, it's Rose. We need to talk. I said go away.
Leave it to me. In a few minutes, I'll have her beaming from ear to ear.
To the ball, and I'll throw you down the aisle. This is embarrassing. Now get back out there.
Excuse me.
I want to put Dorothy in charge of all the arrangements for the banquet. You won't have to do a thing. That way you have all your time free to devote to the exhibition.
But Mr. Allen, the banquet, I'd always assumed that I was going to handle it.
Well, you were, Blanche. But that was before we found Dorothy. Tell her I want to see her when she gets...
Even for you, what is going on?
Well, Dorothy always makes me buy the same old lady's shoes. I never get anything new and exciting. It's just another reminder of what old age takes away from you. First husbands, then cute shoes. What's old age going to take away from me next? Hey, breakfast in his underwear. I hope that's not a problem for anyone.
I need a cigarette.
No, Dorothy, you sit right down here. Now, you need to exercise a little self-control. Dorothy, listen, you can quit smoking. Now, just do it the way I did it. Just taper off. Smoke only after sex.
Good idea. Who asked you? Picture it. Sicily, 1921. A beautiful young peasant girl saves her lira and takes a trip to Paris, the city of lights. Also, the only place a guy can wear a cape without getting a lot of funny looks. She won this...
Don't take this wrong, but I gotta know. You are a girl, aren't you?
Seems like I'm always mad at my brother Phil.
Because all you got were bills. Listen to this part at the end. Tell me if you think Joanne's a lesbian.
Wow.
Hi, Sophia. Hi, Dorothy. Guess what I've got?
A friend who's a lesbian? Better. I picked up on...
No, I'm here. When are you coming to bed, Blanche?
In a minute.
What are you doing?
I am contouring my eyebrows. I use Miss Christy Brinkley as a guide because we have exactly the same bone structure. Another baby so soon.
I understand. Wait a couple years and Medicare will pay for it.
Why wait? Have it now and the Inquirer will pay.
Ma, you're gonna miss us. The four of us had a lot of good times together.
There have been plenty of headaches, too.
Yeah, but one thing you have to admit, Sophia, it's certainly never dull around here.
Okay.
Oh! You shot my vase.
Well, I think we spent too much money.
Oh, stop worrying about the money. We're talking about love.
I still think we spent too much.
You didn't spend it. The Yutz spent it. That's what makes him a Yutz.
Sophia's right. Don't worry about it.
Ma, I think you better sit down. Come on, over here.
Sitting on the balcony of the Von Trapp home, listening to artillery shells bursting in the distance, and you come running on from upstage, okay?
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
The Nazis are coming! The Nazis are coming! Everybody, grab a gun and go to the basement. Come on! He'll be glad to turn this back into a bedroom.
No, please. I could not live through that again. No, just thank him for his work and say he must be very proud.
Grazie, Vincenzo. Ho un'offerta che non puoi rifiutare. Mia figlia, Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Big party, huh?
Well, I haven't been to any discotheques yet, if that's what you mean. Actually, my brother Arnie dragged me out tonight. This is my first date.
You mean...
Girls, the rough cut of my documentary is done. I want you to see it. Where's Blanche?
Where she's been for the past 2 days, locked in her room crying.
I can't believe she's still upset because her college classmates look better than she does.
I can. I tell you, her looks have always been very important to Blanche.
Blanche is alive.
My God, I've got goosebumps. Mel will be here any minute.
Honey, why are you so jumpy? You've been out with Mel 1,000 times.
I know, but now there's more at stake. Everything's changed. It's all new and exciting. In many ways, I feel just the way I...
Besides, I believe there's no return clause on fighters. Unless you're Robin Givens.
Ma, this isn't making any sense.
It's all legit. I checked it out.
Well, look, if you don't mind, we're going to make a few phone calls of our own in the morning to try to find out what this is all about. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous.
fine.
Rose, don't you feel sorry for me?
Get out!
Call ya?
Get out!
What is it with men? Why would you want to have sex with somebody you've only known a few hours? No. Why can't they understand?
Those paramedics never give up.
Don't end this, Blanche. My wife doesn't understand me.
Well, I do. You're a cheat. Get out.
I'm willing to try.
Oh, good. Now we can get some sleep.
Oh, I can't fall asleep now.
Still at the rodeo, Blanche?
I can't sleep either. Why don't I make us all some warm milk? After I drink milk, I go right to sleep.
I can think of something else after which at least 6 times.
The last episode was the highest rated ever. Ever.
That must be a good feeling.
Well, it's kind of an acknowledgement.
I hate to interrupt you, but I have some bad news. It's all over. That's right, you're busted, Buck.
Oh, then I had to be maid of honor at your wedding. I had to stand there and watch you marry Tom. And I had to wear that green dress, which you knew was my most awful color. I looked just like a swamp frog. Everyone I ever loved you took.
Would it help you to know that Tom fooled?
You've been tossing and turning all night. What's bothering you?
Nothing.
Don't you break a commandment in this room.
What commandment? Thou shalt not toss and turn?
No, thou shalt not lie.
That's not a commandment.
Really? That doesn't make it.
Cousin Rose?
Cousin Sven! Oh, let me look at you. Boy, have you grown.
We've never met.
Admit it, you have grown.
Rose, could you introduce Blanche and me?
Hors d'oeuvres, leave me alone.
You idiot. Everybody thinks she's dead now. Well, we're going to have to tell them the truth before she comes.
Hey, everyone! Thanks for coming to my rake. What do you think of the dress?
Honey, look at what you're wearing. You can't go like that.
I think the funeral home has someone who handles that, Blanche. But thank you for caring.
I'm talking about our double date. Good grief, this place looks like a hospital ward. Dorothy, don't you know Mike and Larry will be here any minute?
Blanche,
Here goes. Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, you irreplaceable you.
Dorothy.
Ma, go back to sleep. It's just me, Dorothy.
Get the hell out of my bed.
Ma, I have a heart. The heat went out again. I'm freezing to death. You're the only one who has an electric blanket.
I'll die under here with you. Your body's like a heat sponge. You'll suck up all the heat and I'll get up in the morning a frozen fish stick.
Get out. What about them?
Leave it to a pro.
Runaway wheelchair. Runaway wheelchair.
Maybe.
You know, I think he's just nuts enough to actually turn up at the wedding tomorrow.
You're a furry little gnome and we feed you too much.
Oh, Dorothy, good, you're here. And I know they do, but, you know, he hardly has time for them. Or for me. I'm starting to wonder if maybe the main reason he wants me for his wife is because he needs a mother for his children.
Well, honey, if you think that's true, you'd better find out.
I intend to. I'm going to ask him straight out.
Lesson, Rose. That's how you tell a story.
Blanche, here we've been running on about the concert, and you haven't even had a chance to tell your story. Go ahead.
Never mind, I don't feel like it anymore.
Honey. Yvonne, we are desperate women. You've got to help us.
I know just what you need. Aerobics. It's what I do.
But Yvonne, you're much younger than they are.
I know you'll love aerobics. It stretches every muscle in your body.
Honey, can't do all this work by himself. He can't do any of the work. He'll be the brains. He'll tell me what to do in Italian. I'll tell you, you do the work.
Forget it. We're not carpenters.
You know what, Dorothy? It's worth a try after all the job's already half done. So, do I tell Vincenzo we got a deal?
Wait a minute. What does he want to charge?
Pay attention. You're in for a treat.
Oh, Ma, not another act.
No, Dorothy, not just another act, the act. I've taken a classic and reworked it Sophia style. Thanks for the Medicare order. Each generation improves upon it in some way. Like, for instance, it was my great-grandmother who added heat. What did you add, Sophia? A mouthful of wine.
No, Jerry, when I was a little girl, my father misplaced his daily planner, too. It was when we were on the way to the state fair. Speaking of state fairs, is it true that you're cheap?
Oh, my goodness, we have company.
Yeah, and it was exactly what I used to watch and like so much.
But Jay Sandrich told me, I don't want to hear a Southern accent. And I said, but Susan Harris wrote this character to be more Blanche than Blanche Dubois. And he said, well, I don't want to hear a Southern accent. So I tried doing it with kind of a...
Dry dishes with his feet. We used to laugh and carry on and have such a happy time.
What is it with you people? All you ever had were happy times? It's sickening. Happy times freezing in the cold. Happy times during the locust invasion. Happy times eating reindeer. How about death with one phone call?
To who?
Nicodemo the Ugly. Whenever you wanted to look gorgeous at a party, you hired him to be your date.
You mean women paid him to stand next to them at parties and look disgusting?
Please, they paid through the nose. That's also how we usually gave them their change.
Only they let you keep your belt and shoelaces. Think about that.
You know, in a way, this apartment reminds me of our first place. Do you remember the first night we spent there?
Yes. And as I recall, I was trying to read then, too.
Anybody. So do you love him?
I do, very much.
Well, good, because so do I.
You mean that, Blanche? Because Doug loves me for what I am, not for what he wants me to be or wishes I were.
I guess I deserve that.
I guess you do.
Well, Clay, this is very difficult for me.
We're able to walk in October.
So, where are you going?
Out with a friend from work. Is it the same friend you've been out with 5 times the last 3 weeks?
Yes.
All right, spill it. Who is he?
His name is Dr. Jonathan Mitten.
How's it going?
Dorothy, I've just had the most delightful conversation with Rose and Madge.
That's Blanche.
Oh, of course. However, I just remembered a previous engagement. I really have to go.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, at least let me walk you to your car. Oh, my God, I don't believe this. I'm going to call the cops if you don't get out of here right away, you pervert.
Hi, Father Rossi. Here's the canned goods for the needy.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm terrible.
I'm ready to practice my eulogy. Blanche, if you'll stand over there by the barbecue.
No, Rose, she's dropping off a manicotti with a file in it.
Oh, girls, we're going to get to see Mr. Burt Reynolds after all. I thought these beautiful tickets were all going to go to waste.
So, which one of you isn't going?
Well, I'm the one who won the tickets.
Yeah, well, my mom's the one who's back.
Hello. Dorothy isn't here. She was arrested on a morals charge this morning. I know, you just never know, do you? Have a nice day. You're only saying that because you're my friend, Rose. Sophia, tell me the truth. Am I a bad mother?
You did what you had to do.
Well, then why do I feel so terrible?
Because it is not easy being a mother. If it were easy, fathers would do it.
Why can't kids understand that we're just trying to do what's best for them?
I'll give you so much more than I can. You'd live in a mansion, you'd have servants, you'd do your grocery shopping with Bert Convy.
You'll have your space, and you can sit home on Friday night and become an old maid like your Aunt Regina, and you won't have to listen to me nag.
Then I guess it's all settled.
Possibly do.
Dorothy's right. The sun's rays can be dangerous. Now there's a hole in the ozone layer.
If you all are out here to try to get me to patch things up with Rebecca, you can forget it.
Blanche, there comes a time when you have to let your daughter make her own decisions. I remember, Dorothy, when you would decide...
Blanche, don't you think it's time we cut the cake?
Oh, yes, I do, Rose.
Who invited ladies just leave?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Hello, front door. It's me again. My name is Rose Nyland in 118.
I'm fine.
I wouldn't be fine. I don't know what I would have done if Charlie had suddenly paid a visit.
He's dead. You would have fainted. Are you really all right?
I'm feeling a little better.
And tomorrow you're going to feel a lot better.
And the next day may be better still.
And the next day...
Pussycat, when's the last time I told you you were beautiful?
June 1st, 1949. At my wedding.
Oh, well, that's because pregnant women have that special glow. I think it's time to tell you...
Fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship.
It's so strange sitting here with you, and you're so different.
Why?
Well, I remember you as that tough kid in the leather jacket.
And in the bedroom.
Is that a Greek myth?
Get the door, Rose.
You.
Good morning.
Well, kid, what do you want?
Blanche, what happened with Jerry?
He said he wants balls of sunshine in a bag. Does this mean something?
Those are egg yolks, Blanche.
My brain's gone. My body is limp with exhaustion.
We do a lot of things real people do.
Except for one very important thing. Boy, is that going to put a hitch in Dorothy's plans.
Hello, I'm Rose Nyland. You must be Frank. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Thank you, Rose.
I do. Could we discuss this later?
Wow. Oh, thank you, Blanche, but there's more. The police have just informed me that there was also a robbery by an unidentified man. Perhaps this little fellow knows who he...
Oh, Blanche, this is Dr. Jonathan Newman.
Get out of here. But Dorothy, he's
A little early, yes, but we're delighted to see him.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hello, Rose. You're looking lovely.
It was a reflex reaction. No, thank you, and goodbye.
Look, we had a chance to think about what we said last night, and we're real sorry. Must have been quite a shock finding us in your bathroom, huh? Won't you please accept our apologies?
All right, apology accepted.
Great.
Now you can buy...
32 years of marriage, laid off from your job at grief counseling. Hobbies, cheese making. Stamp collecting and Viking history.
Get with animals.
Lucy's ready to leave. Come on and say goodbye.
Oh, we'll be right there on Rosen Island. If you ever breathe a word of this to anyone, I swear I'll kill you.
Dorothy, don't be silly. You couldn't even kill a little mouse. That's because you can communicate with him. Oh, Dorothy, one word of caution.
Stan, you're wearing my robe. Tell me about it. Which one of Stan's angels forgot to pick up my dry cleaning? Oh, well, cheesecake. I just love it when we all get together like this.
Dorothy, no wonder nobody likes you.
I'm sorry, but I already know Jesus.
Told me I was the only woman in your life. You've insulted my sister's honor.
I don't know what to say.
I'll tell you what to say. Say ouch! Say that hurts! Say please stop hitting me!
So the two of you, the first really wonderful guy I've met in a long time, and he turns out to have a more serious involvement.
With whom?
Pam Dauber. The church. Or at least he did until he met me.
You know, you take the religious aspect out of this, and it's really quite romantic. A man giving up everything for the woman he loves, kind of like the star.
And now I have a real treat for you. Straight from Poland, the Sklarkiewicz brothers. Where's your brother? I'll do the best you can.
Hey! So, do we go on next?
Strongly recommend.
Yes. I owe you a beer.
I'm gonna go make a few phone calls. I'd like to see some friends before we go back tomorrow.
Where are you going?
Back to school.
Flying?
Yeah.
You'd be safer hitching.
Oliver, don't start.
Hey, I'm a test pilot. Who knows better than I what goes on up there?
Oliver, I don't...
What made you think I was dead?
If Mel Bushman doesn't answer my call, then something must be wrong. You weren't there when I needed you. You're always there when I need you.
Well, when you deliver such services, every once in a while a man's got to take a vacation.
All that matters now is you're alive. You're alive.
Honey, how'd it go? Not so good. I looked all day and came up with nothing. I'm beat.
Oh, honey, come on, sit down, relax. Can I get you a sardine sandwich?
Maybe later. I know it'd be rough looking for a job, but not this rough.
You did? Yeah, except for one thing. Dreyfus came home this afternoon.
Holy cow!
Well, don't worry, just take that dog back to the pet shop.
I can't. The pet shop's closed till Monday.
Rose, what are you doing?
I'm diapering a turkey.
You can just call me.
I didn't think the two of you were speaking.
Well, we're not.
Then how'd you know it was her on the other end of the line?
Rose, you're bringing down the curve for the whole country.
I just don't believe it. She is coming to town to promote a novel she's just had published.
Why, they have a lot of talent back in St. Olaf? No, it's lunchtime there. I could really go for a smoke kipper hero.
All right, who's auditioning next? I'm next.
Mom, what the hell are you doing here?
I gnaw through my leather restraints and outran...
Miami Vice.
Miami what? Vice? It's with the police department. Oh, I thought he was with the university. No, actually, before you left last night, I thought he was the doctor from the plane. Then Dorothy explained to me that he was the university interviewer. No, that was Michael, the guy who flew the plane.
Get back in that bed.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm in tip-top shape. There's no reason for me to stay here. Medic!
I want to show you something. Dorothy, you see this hair? It is the only one on my forehead. The other traitors receded years ago, but this proud and loyal sprout clings desperately. It is unrelenting. It is true.
Those are lovely earrings you're wearing.
Thank you. They're family heirlooms. They're worth more than your lazy-ass husband will make in a lifetime. Or at least that's how Mom used to describe them to me.
Rose, has anyone ever told you your eyes are...
You know it. Write it down, all of you.
Dorothy, these are from celebrities.
Oh, Rose, that's private.
Lyle Wagner and Sonny Bono.
Dorothy, my poor, sweet, dead-end Dorothy. You're sending flowers to yourself again, aren't you?
Told me exactly what you wanted me to do a dozen times. Any idiot could have done it.
I know, honey, but you were the only one going downtown. Are you sure that you dropped it off at the newspaper office?
Yes, 6 people already called while you were out. You did that to me. I'll try and find it for you.
Tried to pee on me.
Aunt Angela, I'd like you to meet my dear friend Blanche. Blanche, this is my Aunt Angela.
Pleasure to meet you, Angela. Dorothy, shall I get Angela's luggage?
She doesn't have any luggage.
No, I never travel with luggage. Ever since the time I found a dead man in my suitcase.
You found a pig?
Like a lightning bug, I put you in a glass jar and waiting for you to light up, I nearly suffocated you.
Geez, Dorothy, you sure know how to beat a metaphor to death.
I love you.
I love you too, pussycat. Just promise me you'll never...
Not now, Blanche. Dorothy, I know you've done the right thing. In the animal kingdom, the whole idea is to teach offspring to fend for themselves. Humans are the only ones who think it's their duty to care for children their entire lives.
You know, Rose, sometimes you... Please, come right in. May I take your height? A hat.
You must be Dorothy. Rose has told me all about you.
I wish I could say the same. Oh, Blanche, this is Dr. Jonathan Newman. Let's make a toast to friendship.
Oh, to friendship.
I've never told anybody this, but I had to transfer high schools because of a field hockey incident.
Rose, that was a terrible thing to do, dumping Blanche. I'm not going to be your partner.
Oh, no, I want you all to stay partners. I've already got another partner. I signed up with all the meals.
We'll start first with Blanche from the green team. Blanche, show us your stuff.
You first, Mr. Game Show host.
Blanche, spin the wheel. You are landing on...
Sophia
I don't think those are very good reasons to go.
No, how about this one? I'm hungry. Let's roll, Dano.
Al, all right, that's the front door closing.
Sit out there on his family's front porch in that old hickory rocking chair and whittle. Just whittle. I used to pass by there on my way home from school, and I'd say, "Hi, Ben." And he'd yell back, "Hi, Blanche. Stay away from my grandsons." Anyway, I realized that Ben, I just can't believe how much my life has changed these past 6 hours. George is back. He wants to get together. I don't know what to do. Oh, pick Lyle. Pick Lyle. Well, that's Dorothy's problem, isn't it?
Be serious. I mean, where are you going to get the $400? Just a rough guess.
Sophia, without going into a lot of psychological detail, I believe Stan's clinging to Dorothy is really a suppressed longing for his mother's love. Now, my theory is that subconsciously, he's...
Charlie! What is the farmer's daughter? You are right. That was a different kind of movie. Which brings us to Babes for 100.
Babes it is. The answer, Old Yeller, the China Syndrome, Truth or Dare. Charlie.
What are...
Wait, save it, Ma. I am going to tell Uncle Angelo the truth.
It's only for a couple of hours more.
Ma, I can't do it. I mean, pretending we're married, acting as though nothing happened, it's making me crazy.
It's time to take my heart medicine.
You need a glass of water to take your pill?
No pills. I take a shot of scotch at 12 years old if you got it.
Jerry is not a mama's boy. In fact, he and I came to a major understanding tonight. He and his mother aren't going to see any other girls. Jerry is simply a man who happens... There you go.
You know, Blanche, you really don't have to do this.
Oh, but I want to, Bob. Your first time should be really special. You need a woman who won't make you nervous. But unrealistic.
Who was the first after Stan?
The divorce lawyer.
How did you know?
It's always the divorce lawyer.
Oh, it was a terrible time for me. You know, I'd gone on an eating binge when Stan left, and I put on quite a bit of weight. Plus, I was not a 20-year-old. You know, when you're 20, no...
Mabel, he'll blow my head off.
Rose, you've got to do something. This is crippling you.
Just save whatever pieces you find, Sophia. I can glue it back together.
You bet. Whatever I find, I love that vase.
Blanche Devereaux's going on a diet.
Could you hold off until tomorrow? I got some Sara Lee stock I'd like to unload. Wait, can I have those gummy bears?
They are good.
Nobody bothered to consult me about what was for my own good. So goodbye, Mr. Porter. Goodbye, Dorothy. Thank you both for making me look like an old fool.
I have to give back the $25?
Yes.
I don't think that's fair.
Then give me 10 and get out of here. Well, what are y'all looking at? It's all right, maybe I don't have a date. Maybe my date took one look at me and said he'd rather die.
This is why I didn't tell you about this in the first place. You are always criticizing me. You are always judging me. You are always telling me what to do. Well, this time I'm going to do what feels right for me, and there's nothing you can say that'll make me feel guilty about it.
Boy, I wish I'd married Bing Crosby when I had the chance. It was 39 cents each. I bought 4 gross. Anybody in the mood to remove some plaque?
Oh, Ma, you have almost 600 toothbrushes here. People don't use that many in a lifetime, and at your age...
Please. I'm way ahead of you. I bought half pink, half blue. So after I'm gone, you...
I've forgotten what happened that time we tried that.
Oh,
Remember the outfits that we ended up
Lord
with?
have mercy.
Oh, Lord.
Well, this seems like a nice club.
But it's for women only. What's wrong with a nice co-ed gym we just saw?
Come on now, Blanche, that was nothing but a pickup scene. People running around and... I have no intention of blowing this. No, Ken is perfect. I mean, aside from being one of Miami's most successful lawyers. Thank you, Ma. The man is caring, he's sensitive. Do you know that on weekends he actually puts on a clown's costume and entertains sick kids at the hospital? He came here for you to help us.
Ladies, I like you. Save your money for the moving expenses.
Well, thank you, Doctor. It was
It wasn't as touching as I thought.
I'm just glad everything worked out. I never want to have to go through that again.
Oh, I knew it would all be okay.
You know, Rose, I think you deserve a lot of the credit. You're the only one smart enough to double check on that fire inspector.
Yes, I'm proud of you, Rose.
Jeremy, be serious. Mama, Jeremy's asked me to marry him and I've said yes. You're happy for me, Mama, aren't you? Happy. Happy, honey. Happy isn't the word for it.
Guys, what are you two doing here? I thought you had a Spanish class tonight.
We do, but we're not going. We dropped out.
Well, what about your promotion at the counseling center?
Oh, I can just forget about that. Norwegians are notoriously bad at Spanish.
I guess that's why there were no herring tacos.
And it was a...
God, Ma, you didn't tell me he was in a clown suit.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, how could you?
Sophia called me at rehearsal. I'll change. I just wanted to make sure you were all right.
Is counsel for the demonstrators present? Here, Your Honor.
Oh, God.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, boys and girls, happy birthday to you. Welcome to Mr. Ha-Ha's Hot Dog Hacienda! I have lots of fun planned for you.
I want you two to pretend you're still married and that we're all living here together.
No, I'm sorry, Sophia. I will not take part in this. The institution of marriage is sacred.
I'll give you $50.
Okay, I'll do it.
Dorothy, it's only for one afternoon. It'll break your uncle's heart if he finds out you're divorced.
Ma, forget it. We're divorced because Stanley...
You think I'm happy about being arrested? You think I'm happy about missing Mr. Burt Reynolds? You think I'm happy about being locked up here with all this common gutter trash?
What did you just say?
How cute earrings.
Nobody calls me names. Come on, let's go. I'll let you have the first punch.
No, if he sees me sitting, he'll think I have arthritis.
Sophia?
Augustine?
You shrunk.
No. Well, that's not fair. Last week you got to keep the box boy who followed you home.
There, you see, you don't need a dog. If you're lonely, get yourself a man.
I don't want a man. I just want to come home from work and have someone jump. Don't try anything. Then we have 4 hours of the most boring sex you've ever had in your life.
4 hours?
I guess it could take less if I stopped playing hard to get.
Suspected.
Now I know why they say lying out in the sun is dangerous.
Oh, Sophia, we've only been out here for a little while. I don't think at your age you need to worry about wrinkles.
Who's talking about wrinkles? I can't get in.
Blanche, that is terrible. I hope you told him off.
Well, first I was so stunned I didn't know what to say. And then I marched back up to his desk and I looked him straight in the eye and I said, I'll think it over.
Blanche, there is no...
Crackers. Cheese and crackers, Rose. Not eggs gefluffy? Ham and Gunterhagens? Pigs and a Svengabluten?
No, but you sure know how to make a...
Oh, get in here, you. Oh, I've missed you, Ted.
I missed you too.
I just have so much to tell you about, how good I feel about us and how much I was worried that you being in a wheelchair would be more than I could handle. But you know what?
Was that a plumber?
No, Ma, no. It was a little girl selling Girl Scout toilets.
You let a plumber get away?
We don't need him.
Like hell! I'm going after him.
Come on, Dorothy, let's move this little beauty.
Okay. Banquet?
Not yet. Oh, but I did learn that baked Alaska can actually be cooked locally.
Rose, I have an even bigger scoop for you. Mars bars are made right here on Earth.
Oh, girl.
Practical joke!
I can't believe it. She fell for it again. You want to have yachts tattooed on your forehead. Here you go. You are brilliant, Harry.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
I'm so sorry for the intrusion. Frida Claxton, wasn't she the one who owned that old house on Richmond Street?
Yes.
This church.
Well, if you're not leaving the priesthood, then I just made a complete ass of myself. Excuse my language, Father, but as an English teacher, I can tell you that's the most appropriate description.
No, it's not.
Oh, how can you say?
Way to make some fast money for us. And all you have to do is lie on your back.
I'd say you're about 50 years too late on that one.
I'm talking about a lawsuit. If we can show that you're severely injured, we can sue the ball club and the ballpark for a lot of money.
I'm not severely in.
I do love you with all my heart. Blue skies above.
Oh, I'm fine. I just had a dream. We were all in Moscow. It was snowing and we were all wearing fake furs. I guess I'm just nervous about that press conference tomorrow. I've never had a press conference before. The idea of all those reporters coming to the house.
Sit down, take it easy, and discuss this ration. Using only English words. Now, we talked about Rose, we talked about Blanche. Nobody has said a word about Dorothy.
That's because they're afraid of her. No, we are not. But we do have a problem.
You see, that's exactly why Rose didn't want to tell you. You are overly critical. You know, I think that's the thing I like least about you.
Oh, you know the thing I like least about you? You are loud and overbearing.
Well, you know what I like least about both of you? You're always telling me what to do.
Oh, shut up, Rose.
Sweet. Yeah, real sweet.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that ever since he made a fortune on that baked potato open, he's been coming on to you like gangbusters, and I don't like it. Not that I've ever actually seen gangbusters, but I did see Ghostbusters. I didn't like that either. I mean, they couldn't give the black...
Easy, because you're afraid I'm going to fall apart. Damn it, why is this happening to me? I mean, this isn't supposed to happen to people like me. You must have gone to bed with hundreds of men. That was one innocent operation.
Hey, wait a minute.
Down here, honey, and tell us all about your trip.
Oh, it was fabulous. The food was delicious, the weather was absolutely gorgeous, and the activities on board ship, well, the list goes on forever. Masquerade balls, hootenannies, tours at the engine room, fashion shows, jazzercise, Las Vegas night, Monte Carlo night, Rio night.
You were pulling my leg.
I don't think I could drink that much sake.
Sit down. Maria Gianelli, Rose Nyland, Rose Nyland? Rose, what are you? Well, I admired more than anyone else in the world. My mother and my favorite aunt. And now the two of you are at each other's throats and it's breaking my heart. I mean, so my mother kissed your husband at some stupid Christmas party. What does it matter now? You realize that this may be the last time you...
Well, until I was 17.
What happened then?
Your father put his hand in my blouse. So I felt soiled, filthy, dirty. You know, in love. But this time I'm gonna fulfill my destiny.
For holding this event on a night when my hang glider is in the shop and Congress is in recess and the lepers are on Geraldo. Go ahead, Rose.
Right, Dorothy. All right, now let's start the bidding at $5. Buddy's going back to Boston on Saturday.
This dress looks sensational on me. People expect to see me in a sensational dress.
What do they expect to see me in? A yarmulke and a hefty bag?
He wants me to go with him, to live with him.
I mean, hardware stores are alive with sexual energy. Tools, plugs, sockets, nude furniture, dirty stuff like that. Why are you home so early? Well, I saw a very attractive man in power tools. I piqued his interest with the usual hardware question.
3!
Excuse me, ladies, but we always dress for dinner here. And in your case, we'd appreciate it if you do that for all 3 meals.
You remember the other day when you said you thought it was time that we were friends again? I believe I'm ready to try.